Adam, you've been here 15 years. And you've helped a lot of clients, and you've seen a lot of situations. And when people come up and they want to visit with you first time, they just got a referral, and they said, man, Adam is the guy to talk to. What should they expect the first time they see you?
Yeah, so typically what we're going to do when they come in the first time is, what I like to tell people is there's an analogy we use that's the puzzle analogy. You've used this before. When we think about putting a puzzle together, which is kind of the job that we're doing, we talk about that there's two things that you need before you start that process. You need the puzzle pieces laid out on the table, but it also helps a lot to have a picture on the front of the box so that you know what that puzzle looks like as you're putting it together. And so that first meeting is really about that. We're going to go through two distinct components of the process. The first step is really painting that picture on the front of the box. We're going to go through and talk about what are your values as related to finance. What are your values related to money? What things are important to you? What are you here for? What are the goals and objectives that you have? Everybody knows that they want to get help with their investments or those types of things, but what's underneath that? What are the things that are important to you and your family and your life that have caused you to give us a call and to sit down and to start this planning process? There's something under there, and we want to go through that. We call that the values conversation. We also want to level set on expectations. What are the things that you expect from us out of this process? And then we, of course, have some expectations of people that we work with that we want to share, and so we kind of go through that. And then we also want to set real, tangible, achievable goals that we can work towards so that we can measure our success and measure where we are against those goals. So those are the components of that first piece of the process where we're painting the picture on the front of the box. And then the second part is we're going to gather information on you. We're going to gather your financials. We're going to gather your statements and insurance policies and your mortgages and anything that you've got that's a financial tool or a financial instrument. We want to know all of those pieces because those are your puzzle pieces that we're kind of laying out on the table. And really, those are the things that we want to accomplish in that first meeting. Beyond that, we certainly want to answer any questions that come up. So you're going to have questions that arise, things like how do we get paid? What is the process going to look like after we become clients? What do statements look like? All those kinds of things. Just everybody's got questions like that. So we're going to answer those questions too. But we're really not going to get into recommendations. We're not going to start putting the puzzle together in that meeting. Once we get those pieces and we get that picture on the front of the box, then we're going to walk away from that meeting, and the job then is to put the puzzle together and come back and have a conversation about that.
Got it. And why is it so important to have your spouse there?
Yeah, that's a great question. So when we're painting that picture, we live our lives together with our spouse, and you both have a piece of that painting of the picture that is important that you need to lay out there. It's extra critical that you be there together. Okay, so you could say, well, I can show up Monday and she can come Tuesday, and we can both share our values and all that. It's super important for you to be in the room together at the same time, because a lot of people literally have been married 20, 30, 40, 50 years and just haven't sat down to have this conversation to talk about these specific goals. You may think you know what the goals are, and probably you know most of them. I mean, that's realistic, but most people, or a lot of people we find, when they sit there and they listen to their spouse of 30, 40, 50 years, give their own separate answer to the question of what's important to you, you'll learn things that you didn't realize. You'll hear a certain emphasis or have something random that's brought up that you think, you know what, we've been married for this long, and we never actually sat down to have this conversation. So it's really important for you to both be there in the room together, because you get to listen to each other and hear each other talk about what those goals and objectives are and what that picture looks like for them. And you're living your life together, and you're painting your picture together. And so it's important that that process happen together.